Get your boy inside. We got 10 minutes before the wind picks up.
What about Chancellor?
She's not stupid. She'll be here. Just go. You should get inside, too. There's a sandstorm coming and the spaceport's a designated shelter. No flights in or out for a while.
You can't get word out to everyone yourself. I'll bring people back. Just keep the shelter open.
I'd expect that from a Jedi. All right, but we lock down at 20. Move.
We've done all we can. Now, we wait.
Well, looks like we got out okay. Pretty much everyone did. Though we lost 3 power generators. Doesn't compare to fighting. What was it, some Sith Lord causing ground quakes in the desert?
You're very well informed for a... what did you say your job was?
Name's Galen. I'm just a man enjoying his retirement, trying to give something back to the community. Look, these people have it rough in the best of times, but between pirates and sandstorms and sand people, we can't take much more. If you leave without finishing the job you started, how long before the Empire claims this planet?
You're asking me to stay, but I've done what I've came for.
And along the way, you helped out all sorts of people. Would it hurt to focus on that for once? Tatooine's only chance is unity. Making communities that can stand together against warlords and monsters. Espellar's our best hope. It's a trading post where farmers, Jawas, and leaders from half a dozen towns swap information. The Empire means to burn it to the ground.
How will the Empire burn it to the ground?
Sandstorm broke Espellar's defenses, and the Imperials will send in saboteurs. You need to give the people breathing room, help them rebuild. Stop the Imperials, head into town, and help put this planet on the path to being a proud, independent society. Or give up and go. Your choice.
What's with the weapons? Expecting an attack?
내구이진 바자 다거 보이다 사와타 쿠임와야 카우메 고이제 시고 마하라제 과하부 야카오 마화보 투카파다에다이
Why can't your client tell me about this?
니운카와사 우버포에다 쿠임요야파데이야 메후케다제 우바하카케 조힘추치부 고와나루 파케토카카와다제 라와카네헤 과바헤 고하사마네호하메 웨미네 웨후메메 웨히마가하노에네테가
You have my word. It will be done.
이제네타보와사사마드웨 웨제메메드웨 웨네투하타고와다 카카카타고에 나무다
Leave me alone! I haven't done anything to you!
You stole corporate documents, Camus. Zerka doesn't take industrial sabotage lightly.
Contact. Subject is a Jedi. What are your orders, sir?
You know the drill. No survivors, no leaks.
You're not killing anyone here.
Open fire!
Is it safe? Are they dead?
It's going to be okay now.
I thought I was dead for sure. I've got to... Breathing. Just keep breathing. My name is Camus Orden. I used to be an accountant. My company sent those men to kill me. It's a Zerka Corporation severance package.
What happened in here? Come on, Camus, you know how I feel about corpses in my workspace.
You were supposed to be here. You swore I'd be protected.
Sorry, Camus. As an official Republic representative, I have to at least look like I'm being diplomatic with the locals.
For the man I spoke to earlier, care to explain?
Huh. I take it you saved Camus? Thanks. You're probably catching on that we're a bit understaffed, and that I'm not really a bureaucrat.
It took you a month to tell me that.
This is a Republic Strategic Information Service project, a covert operation. It's a major assignment. Mystery, corporate scandal, and incredibly dangerous tech, with a lot of lives on the line. You could make all the difference.
I consider it my duty.
This all started when Camus forwarded some Zerka Corporation documents to his local Republic security office. Now, we've been watching Zerka a while. They buried a lot of scandals, done a lot of dirty deals, but this was something special.
The documents were mixed in with old expense reports. They described a billion-credit research facility for the study of a Type 7 device.
Type 7 device being Zerka shorthand for device capable of eliminating a planetary population.
This is why Zerka wants you dead.
Yes, that's right.
Turns out they abandoned the project decades ago. We're lucky to know the facility was here on Tatooine. So Camus and I came to find whatever doomsday device Zerka had and keep them from burying the evidence. And us.
Why would Zerka leave behind such an expensive project?
From what we could find, sounds like the device went haywire, and Zerka bailed rather than try and clean it up. Now, clues to Zerka's operation have been extremely hard to come by. Impossible, as a matter of fact. We've got one avenue left, but it's too dangerous for Camus or me. An old compound Zerka used as a staging area.
What's in the compound?
After Zerka left, the compound was taken over by a gang of Gamorrean raiders who, I discovered, don't appreciate visitors. Still, judging by these dead guys here, you might be able to push past the Gamorreans and search Zerka's old storage archives, gather any data left.
Sounds like this should be relatively simple.
Be careful. Finding the files that Zerka left in that compound is important, but don't get killed.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
moklanki, kabanotase makipuna, malituta odmishka. Chaskruni dopat kuliraha, dokanki kung.
Where would you suggest I start?
Tauz azulas uval tung mi chakulka dimaji. Nektori na natuta ta aita wanawanga na chuba. Patoga wata kiko uba kiri wata buki donko.
Your client is safe now. I think I've flushed all of the assassins.
Me huke ta je upaha ka ke chuhin chuchibu kwa wananu. Ta kue kwa une ni wa noen kwa sha bunga sha me. Isineta bo wa sa zaman dwe, kwe je me dwe.
There, good as new.
Somebody needs to tell the Jawas that tooling around in a giant vehicle doesn't help them look any bigger. Still, it's a nice ride.
There are droids stealing holocams from Anchorhead. I traced their control signal here.
Bedwana ubi kilawato bangki dongko podokanoda.
Do the right thing next time, or I'll be back.
Yuna iska chanagawa chi kastaina kontinka. Mo gutuni ompi bedwana ni popo chopa uma.
Unirana Nuprata Dunko?
There was a Jawa controlling the droids remotely. He was responsible for stealing the holocams, but I got them back.
Kuchusa Yomata Chitoya? Nam Kanoya Choski Nawi. O Grani Tampio da Pushi Wompa. Pu Tula Musta.
Vehicle pads are currently open for business. Have a safe and pleasant stay.